2023 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 review. Once left for dead by a number of manufacturers, Ford abandoned the Ranger for a decade and Ram still hasn't gotten back to the Dakota. Mid-size trucks are enjoying a boom in popularity. Chevrolet has now unveiled their 2023 Colorado, a pickup which earns new powertrain options and a much snazzier interior. The new Colorado makes leaps in terms of interior design. Every Colorado will be a 4-door crew cab. Inside, there's a new center console, the shifter moves closer to the passenger side of the cab, and the cup holders are located directly in front of the center console instead of being tucked opposite the gear selector. A new gauge cluster, infotainment screen, and steering wheel complete the updated design. The interior specs reveal overall headroom has dropped by an inch versus the last pickup, but legroom and shoulder space is roughly the same. The new 2023 model also marks the first time Chevy has offered a sunroof as optional equipment on the Colorado. Taking a slice from the Honda Ridgeline book of tricks, ZR2 models come standard with a shallow 45 inches wide lockable storage box in the tailgate. Technology. With the new Colorado, Chevy has thrown the latest in technology at the new truck. The first thing you'll notice is the high-definition 11.3 inches customizable main screen, accompanied by a configurable, fully digital 8 inches instrument cluster. The Colorado now takes advantage of over-the-air updates and uses Google built-in for accessing maps, music, and vehicle functions, among other things. CarPlay and Android Auto will also seamlessly integrate into the driving experience. Among the tech bestowed on the ZR2 is a new off-road performance display that can monitor GPS information such as altitude, along with pitch, roll, tire pressure, G-forces, wheel slip, and transfer case status. Chevy gives the ZR2 up to 10 different camera views, including one from a segment-first underbody camera. Like most manufacturers these days, Chevy has tried to control the complexity in the drivetrain by including drive modes, accessed by a knob in the center console of the Colorado. The ZR2 is equipped with all of them. Infotainment and connectivity. Every new Colorado gets a large 11.3 inches infotainment touchscreen as standard equipment, the biggest display in the segment. The 2023 Colorado also gets wireless phone charging capability, but still retains USB ports should your smartphone require it. Available as a subscription service, the Colorado can be equipped with Google built-in to handle navigation, music, and other vehicle functions personalized through your Google account. Every Colorado comes standard with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Exterior. The Colorado is a handsome truck, with athletic proportions and a body that looks like it has been pulled tight over underlying muscles. The ZR2 ups the ante with a unique and somewhat futuristically stylized grille with Flow Tie logo, LED lighting, more girthy fender flares, factory rock rails, and a ZR2-only hood. The shorter overhang, suspension lift, larger tires, and track width increase really give the ZR2 some serious presence for its size. It reminds us of our favorite sandbox truck as a kid, except we want to take this one to the life-size sandbox and romp. Chevy also focused on the pickup part of the new Colorado. In addition to a new and tailgate storage cubby, the bed is equipped with 8 standard fixed tie-downs and room for up to 9 additional flexible tie-downs. 4 stake pockets sit atop the bed, with 6 2x6 pockets and 4 2x8 pockets stamped into the bed, making for the ability to create tri-level storage. On the ZR2, a spray and bed liner is standard. Engine, transmission, and performance. Every 2023 Colorado is powered by Chevy's turbocharged 2.7-liter inline-4 engine with various outputs determined by trim level. An 8-speed automatic serves as the transmission for all Colorados. WT and LT models come standard with 237 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque at 5,600 revolutions per minute. That's far more than the 159 horsepower 4-cylinder in the base Toyota Tacoma. The better-equipped Z71 and Trail Boss models use the 301 horsepower version of the same turbo 2.7-liter with 390 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 revolutions per minute, giving it more power and torque than the V6 powertrains found in the Jeep Gladiator, Honda Ridgeline, and Tacoma. It's also available as optional equipment for WT and LT trims. The high-output Big Daddy Turbo 4 is saved for the crown jewel ZR2 and delivers 310 horsepower at 5,600 revolutions per minute and 430 feet-pounds of torque at 3,000 revolutions per minute. If those numbers sound familiar, it's because it's the same engine offered on Chevy's full-size Silverado 15.0. The V6 and the Duramax diesel that were available on the previous Colorado are no longer offered. The new Colorado continues to use an independent front suspension with a solid rear axle with leaf springs. The ZR2, however, mounts big Mutlomatic DSSV dampers up front, with the rear's DSSVs now mounted to the outside of the frame. WT and LT trucks use an open rear differential, while Trail Boss and Z71 pickups get a limited slip unit. Only the off-road ZR2 comes with power locking front and rear diffs. Off-road cred. Each of the 4 contenders in this space have at least some level of off-road chops. However, as anyone with siblings will attest, some are more equal than others. Chevy has not 1 but 3 off-road trims, topped by the Gonzo ZR2 and its race-bred Multimatic DSSV shocks. Its approach angle is a yawning 38.3 degrees and ground clearance stretches 10 inches. A new for 23 Trail Boss keeps the ZR2's stance but trades away the DSSV dampers and has an approach angle of 30.5 degrees, which is still nothing at which to sneer. Walking diffs abound. For now, the Alpha Ranger is called the Tremor, with natty orange trim and a 30.9 degree approach angle. Ground clearance checks in at 10.7 inches and meaty all-terrains are standard kit. We're certain a Raptor variant of the new Ranger will appear, likely packing many of the tricks found in both the F-150 and Bronco Raptor models, such as trail turn assist. Specs for approach angles and such aren't in for the new RR pickup, but its base trim in Europe is listed at 30.2 degrees. Alert readers will note that's nearly as much as a present-day Tremor, meaning the Raptor will surely rival the ZR2 in that department. Toyota busies itself with the good-looking TRD Pro, offered in eye-popping colors and good for 35 degrees of approach plus a 9.4 inches ground clearance figure. At Nissan, off-road fans will find the Pro 4X trim, bearing a healthy approach angle of 32.3 degrees and standing 9.4 inches above terra firma. Towing and payload. Max trailering in the new Colorado is an impressive 7,700 pounds when the engine tune, which belts out 390 pounds-ft of torque, is selected. Peak payload is 1,684 pounds in WT and LT trims. Across town, Ford rates the Ranger at a stout 7,500 pounds for maximum towing capacity, knowing its customers are likely to rudely stuff the bed full of gear or driveway gravel. A Super Crew 4x4 has a maximum payload rating of 1,560 pounds. Toyota says its Tacoma Double Cab 4x4 is capable of towing 6,400 pounds when equipped with the V6 tow prep package. Trailer tongue weight is capped at 640 pounds, reasonable when considering that figure should be no more than 10–15% of a trailer's total weight, and total payload max is 1,155 pounds. The Frontier's towing capacity is rated at up to 6,490 pounds when properly equipped. New for this year on the Nissan is a trailer sway control to automatically apply the brakes if the system senses the tail is about to wag the dog. The Colorado offers the most towing in the mid-size pickup segment, with a max capacity of 77 pounds. While the 237 horsepower base engine found in WT and LT trims manages just 35 pounds of pull, Colorado Z71 and Trail Boss can pull up to 77 pounds. That's more than any Jeep Gladiator, Nissan Frontier, Ford Ranger, and Toyota Tacoma. Max towing drops to 6,000 pounds for the Colorado ZR2. Power and torque. Coming up in the 2023 model year, Chevy is giving Colorado customers a choice of one engine with 3 different tunes. Horsepower is either 237 or 310 ponies, with torque checking in at 259 divided by 390 divided by 430 pounds-ft depending on trim level. This is a turbocharged 4-cylinder mill displacing 2.7 liters, packing available 4-wheel drive and lashed to an 8-speed automatic. If this sounds familiar, please see Exhibit S. Like the Bowtie brand, Ford offers a turbo 4-banger, but its 2.3 liters displacement is slightly smaller than the Chevy. Every trim of Ranger is configured to produce 270 horsepower and 310 units of twist, numbers which are likely to increase soon now that GM has shown their hand. A 10-speed automatic handles shifting duties. Toyota sticks with a relatively old-school 3.5 liters V6 engine, coupled to a choice of 6-speed automatic transmission or 6-speed manual gearbox. The latter is an anomaly in this segment, one we hope is retained in future iterations of the Tacoma. Power checks in at 278 horsepower and 265 pounds-ft of torque, less than the Ford and far below what's expected to be the volume-selling Chevy. Meanwhile, the crew at Nissan install a 3.8 liters V6 good for 310 horses and 281 pounds-ft of torque, which is mated to an automatic transmission.